Hi, my name is Leon Bakker. I live in Cape Town and I am a sexual wellness coach. I see one-on-one clients and I also create online programs and also create some work with Leonard Lowe. But I've invited Leonard to join me today and to ask me a few questions because I find clients phone me and then they ask me, what exactly do you do? And sometimes on the website, it's a bit vague what I'm doing. Sexual wellness coach, like what is going to happen?
So can you maybe explain that, So what do you do? How do your sessions look like? And so what is it that you do?
In a typical one-on-one session, a one-on-one session is 2 hours long. People often ask, can we do it for 1 hour?
Mm.
And I suppose we can rush through it and do it in 1 hour. But 2 hours is a good time because we first get to talk. I prefer to talk for half an hour with my clients. I feel I like not talking too much because I feel the body speaks much louder. But I do need to get to know my client, and the client needs to sort of understand what we're going to go through and what our boundaries will be, our expectations, his intention, my intentions, and both of our boundaries. And I think a session can take on many different ways. So we do work with sexuality, and with one-on-one clients, it is sexy. We face sexuality head on. We go there. It is sexy. It is sensual.
And if I can maybe ask some questions on this. I like the saying, is everything welcome there or not? Because some people say, I only work with this, I only work with that. So in your session, do you have what is your approach? People calling, because I'm sure often you would get some people with really direct requests, and I've spoken to some people in the space, in the sexuality space, Tantra space, that often get clients approaching them and they get triggered and they felt offended, by the client approaching, with certain requests, a range of requests. What is your take on that? What is your thoughts on that?
Yes, and I think that's specifically with the male clients, with a female practitioner and a male client. So I get different kinds of requests. The one type of request would be what I would call a beginner or a first time client that really doesn't know what this is all about, might contact me purely for a sensual massage and then hoping for a happy ending. Okay? But, I feel that this client has contacted a sexuality coach or a Tantra practitioner. So subconsciously, I feel they do expect that there's more behind this sexual experience than simply a sensual massage. And I invite these people to come into this experience and learn something new. So I don't think we want to bring in shame or anything is wrong or anything about our sexuality is wrong. We will simply see what is presenting. Hey, here's someone who wants a sexual massage and they want a happy ending. But this person might be or will be introduced to the fact that their whole body can be orgasmic. Did you know that your whole body can be orgasmic? Did you know that you don't have to ejaculate within 2 minutes? Did you know there are certain techniques that you can learn to hold your ejaculation back a little longer, to make love for longer? Did you know that something like a full body orgasm is possible? So these things will suddenly come into a person's realization. And then other clients would contact me and they would really want to make contact with their energetic body. They're contacting a Tantra practitioner because they want to link their spirituality and their sexuality, and they want to bring more consciousness to their sexuality. That's the next level type of client.
Okay.
That's not only fixated with the genitals, but we often use the genitals just as a gateway to the rest of the body.
Mm. And you welcome both those clients, you're not like limiting.
Absolutely.
Because I often find, that sometimes, there can be so much judgment and even, shame and guilt on the practitioner side, in terms of the space. Only certain kind of clients may approach and...
If the guy's conscious enough, he may come in and then I'll work with him. He must be connected with his spirituality and, we're on a process. We're learning something. We slowly introducing new ideas, new ways of being with our sexuality. And first time you arrive with just a certain conditioning, there's nothing wrong with that. But we can bring in new teaching.
Sure. So the reason, so the reason someone come to you, I've had that in some of the, the Tantra teachings I had, traveling around the world, and some of the, International School of Temple Arts trainings I've encountered, where the opening scene was like, everything is welcome here. Bring all of you. Don't bring just your pretty parts and your beautiful, spiritual or connected space. Bring everything here.
Yes. Your mistakes, your things that you're struggling with, things that you feel ashamed about, like bring them. Let's receive them. Let's receive them with love. And I think this is specifically the consciousness, the awareness that I work with. So my motivation for my work is I feel this is sexual energy, this pleasure, this you can almost feel like a slight tingling in your body when you think sexual energy. If you just for now think sexual energy, you think, it's that yummy feeling. So I believe that yummy feeling, that aliveness, I believe that is the God energy. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's so hidden in society. There's so much shame that's almost separating us from connecting with it more deeply.
Beautiful.
But we want to get rid of all this shame, and we want to almost allow this sexual energy that's very much trapped in the genitals, as well as shame, and take the shame away, and then allow this energy to filter through our whole being, and then ultimately into our whole life, so that when a person walks out of my practice room, that my wish is for them to feel this sense of aliveness in their body, in their skin, in their heart, this and approach life as a sexual, orgasmic, delicious experience. It's very physical.
Beautiful. Wow, sounds great. Where do I sign up?
One thing on one more thing. Thank you. One more thing on the boundaries.
Yeah.
So there is one boundary that I do have in my sessions. And this is specifically with men, with the male clients, is there is that conditioning of men wanting to reach out to the woman and to touch her and do things to her as, being sexual with the woman. In the session, I ask my client in the first sessions to first go into a space where you can actually receive, and where you can actually go into a body meditation that is you, that does not involve me. I'm a messenger. I'm a messenger of the feminine energy I bring to you an experience of feeling, connecting with your pleasure, connecting with your body, connecting with your passion. I facilitate that process for you.
Wonderful. I mean, I just from if I may add something there, just from a man's perspective, I think, to receive is so amazing, and is actually something that most men have never been taught to do or have had the experience of doing. The first time, I'll be very open with it. The first time I had a Tantra massage, I was also like, the conditioning was like I also wanted to connect, and then the wonderful woman that I had the massage with said to me, this is for you to experience, drop into your own pleasure. And I could just lie back and have absolutely no body contact. And just by lying like that and just relaxing and surrendering to myself, it was like a profound experience for me as a man. So yeah, I think it's that's beautiful to hear that. I think that boundary, in my experience, is so important.
Yeah. And that thing that you just mentioned, where you lie back and you suddenly experience yourself, I believe that is a godly experience.
Oh, for sure.
Where you suddenly connect to yourself, to a deep feeling of this pleasure of life rushing in your own body. It's such an empowered thing to feel. And often the moment a person feels that life I always want to start crying. The moment a person becomes aware of this life in their whole body, they start crying.
Yeah, beautiful.
When they realize how beautiful they are, how alive they are, how delicious they feel inside themselves. Oh, that is the ultimate with my work. This is why I do this work.
Wow. Yeah, no, that experience of like, God meeting God, like feeling that God energy and feeling the energy of the whole universe inside you, It could sound a little bit esoteric and stuff and so, but I really get you. I feel you. It's having that, once you experience that, then you really know that everything is inside you. It's not just something you read in a book. It's like you feel it. You feel you are God, God lives in you. The energy is like the whole universe is inside you.
Yes. And it feels delicious. It's sensual. It's sexy. It's alive. It's vibrant. It's creative.
Wow, it's wonderful bringing that to the world, and you're such an embodiment of it. You really look at and feel it, so that transmission. Getting it out to people, it's so wonderful to see. Thank you for that.
Thanks. Thank you, David.
Pleasure.